What's up, guys? Hi, welcome to another Spiritual Encounters. And so we've come back to Tockholes, woods and lakes because of what happened to us last week. If you've watched the 6-minute footage of Andy, shocking noises, where Andy started off his paranormal at the haunted well, and we were interrupted by what sounded like dog barks and then turned into sort of like really weird animal screeches. So we're on the trail of what that was. We're hearing Dogman, we're hearing about Critter. So we've come to find out for ourselves just what is going on up here. So we're going to take a walk down the path now. We're going to stop at a couple of places, and Andy's going to do some wolf howls, like some howl noises. See if we can attract whatever it is to come forward. And we'll stop at the haunted well, and then we'll just take it from there. So you lead ahead, put our head torches on, and just keep ears, out for sounds. Have you got your head torch on? Right, so if people watched our footage from Tockholes last week, we did the joint investigation of, and then if you in the background I can hear like a growl as though something's already in the woods. So then we split up and did lawn vigils. Andy had just started his lawn vigil when we got interrupted by what we thought it was dogs barking. So Andy came out to come back to me, then we could group together in case people might have been turning up with dogs or whatever. But it was 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and then these dog barks, they turned into sort of like shrieking kind of sounds which we've never heard before. So do you think you can replicate that shrieking sound, Andy?
Yeah, I'll go a bit further down.
Bit further down. Alright, so what the plan is, we're going to treat it like looking for Bigfoot in America. We're going to do some similar sounds back, and obviously when we've done told you what we're doing and everything, we're going to keep it a little quiet because we don't want to frighten these things away. Let's just see what we get out here tonight, because this is exactly the area we were in last week, and we weren't even up here to do the Dogman Critter stuff. We were up here to do a paranormal on the haunted well and the derelict hall, which we now know as Hollins Head Hall, that just went into ruin, just ruins, and then beyond that is a forest and a couple of large ponds like lakes. So it's really, it's black out here completely. That's the television mast at the top, Winter Hill there, and then there's one road that goes through. That's it. There's nothing. So we can't even, we had this discussion once before, if you remember, when we were doing Critter. We can't even ask out. We can't even say, would you like to come forward or anything like that, because this is an entirely different thing. This is a living creature, which I was a bit sceptical about, and I must admit, me and Andy treated it with some humour. A couple of people told us they'd had sightings, and we kind of like, yeah, alright, whatever, and kind of laughed it off. But since we heard those sounds last week, now we believe there's something, and now we're going to treat it more serious. We're not going to be quick now to dismiss people's visions, sounds, what they're hearing and stuff like that. So we'll keep our voices down and we'll just film. We're just going to check first that there's no more paranormal groups at the haunted well, because it is a popular spot for that, so we don't want to freak them out if they're up here doing anything. If it's all clear, then we can start with some howls and some shrieks. See if we can stir it up a bit. You know what's going to happen now, don't you, Andy? We'll be shrieking for Dogman and flipping Ghost's going to come forward, wondering what the hell we're doing. Makes you wonder why this hall went derelict then, doesn't it? Is it like the Wolfman story? Did they do a runner? You know, like Wolfman, where the villagers raised it to the ground because they knew it was a Wolfman that lived there? How do we know?
It is quite possible. You don't know.
Moths. We should be looking at the floor to see if there's any unusual footprints. I'm just going to quickly film a little bit on the way up. Let's treat it like a Bigfoot investigation. Because we've never done anything like this before. We've always been paranormal, haven't we? This is all completely new, even to us. We've only been out twice looking for this critter up on Winter Hill behind me there, because we had people coming up to us saying they'd had these sightings. So really we ought to treat it like a Bigfoot investigation and just check for any unusual, you know, prints or... But the ground's dry at the minute, so maybe we won't see any prints. But we can always keep our eye out for anything unusual, any strange breaks. You know, bits of fence that have been pulled down or that kind of thing. Anything unusual that's out of place up here, being the natural woods and everything. It's very dry, the path right now. Well, we're going to come up different seasons now and see what chance our luck with this, because it was pure chance last week that we caught that. Pure chance. I'll just show you how black it is. Look, there's the television mast on the top of Winter Hill. That's the path we've just come down. That's it. It's bleak, it's black, it's nothing here, nothing. Just that one road which runs from Bolton up through to Chorley. Like the back end of Winter Hill, Belmont Abbey Village, and then up to Chorley, up to sort of Bursker Woods Way and Wheelton, which they've also had sightings on that side as well. And we've recently been watching another channel who've had a couple of sightings around Rivington. Now I thought Rivington would be quite busy really, with it being like cafes and bikers and all that stuff, but apparently a couple of people have seen something unusual there too, so you can't rule it out. Right, we're back at the entrance to Hollinshead Abandoned Hall, and I think we're going up to the well for the first stop. So it's quiet up here tonight. There's nobody doing any paranormal, there's no torches, there's no voices, there's no anything. Quiet. So if we've got the place to ourselves, we can kick off with some shrieks and howls. Andy's going to do the shrieks and howls. If there's anything out there that can respond, then let's just see what happens. But we're staying together for the first bit, and then we'll probably maybe go and do some lawn vigils after. See how the night goes first. We might get freaked out in the first 10 minutes. You know what happened last week? Andy was right here at this well. And I was down there. We was hearing like very low dog barks. And Andy came out. If you watch the 6-minute footage, you see him come out. And then it was like shrieking. Just check it's empty first, isn't it? It's empty. So I question why a hall like this has gone derelict and abandoned. You know, it would have been a much sought after building. Have they all gone now, yeah? Somebody's been in there, haven't they, and cleared it all out. How's that Teletubby gone? Yeah, that's gone as well, Luke. So somebody's looking after the place then. During the day, somebody's looking after the place. But they're not looking it up. Perhaps they need a new... Yeah, they have. Yeah. So this is the well, guys, that we were doing the paranormal on last week. When Andy came out. And that's when we heard the noises. Okay, yeah. So Andy's going to get some wolf howls up on his phone. We'll try that first. See if anything responds back to that. Because it was just really freaky, wasn't it? Really. And the thing is, we stopped the camera and the shrieks continued for 20 minutes after that. I'm going to start calling this place Wolf Hall. I'm going to start calling this place Wolf Hall. Yeah, they are. Are we going to do some shrieks and howls and things?
So is anybody here who was here last week? Do you remember us? Let's run this for about 10 minutes and then I'll see what is and
yeah.
I think I'm not going to do my howls in here because it'll...
We'll go out there and do them. I just think we should stick to doing this week because, not paranormal, because we need to follow this up.
I'm not at peace.
Not at peace? Why are you not at peace? Is there some connection to Is there some connection to Dogman or Wolfman or Critter?
Why are you not at peace? Why are you not at peace? Tell me why you're not at peace.
Is it some connection to a creature?
Is it?
A creature that roams these moors?
It's very quiet, isn't it?
Yeah. Are you frightened to talk about it? Did it scare you, whatever you saw? Were you witnessed when you lived here?
It's okay, you can tell us.
We've heard it for ourselves now.
This is so quiet. Nothing.
No. Yeah. Really, hello and welcome. Thank you for welcoming us to your hall. We're here on the search of a creature. Do you know anything about this creature? Was it here when you lived here? Did you know of the creatures that frequented these moors? Or were they not here in your time?
What's your name? Can you give us a name? Can you give us a name? No. Very quiet today, aren't you? Very so quiet. You know what the fuck you know who you are. You know what you need to protect. You need to make.
But it was like this last week, weren't it? And then it just suddenly all erupted.
Hello. What's your name? I know you said hello and welcome to you.
I'm touching your back.
Oh, can you feel anything then? Not feel anything, no.
Can you do it again?
Get out and leave.
Why? Why do we need to get out and leave?
Why do you want us to get out and leave? Why do you want us to get out and leave? Why do you want us to get out and leave?
So we're just coming up to the derelict hall that we were at last week. Just doing the paranormal and stuff on it last week.
Where's my body?
I don't know where your body is.
Right, we'll go to that bench there. I'm going to hand you the camera for a few minutes. I'm going to have a walk into the woods there and see if there's anywhere we can set up a fire and stuff. And leave you on your own for a few minutes. Because we're going to need to start getting used to being separate if we're going to do single vigils.
I feel free now.
We'll put the stuff on the bench and then you can take the camera for a few minutes. And you can tell the view. Well, you can either sit and listen. Are you going to do any shrieks while I've gone in the woods, or?
No, I won't do while you're in the
All
woods.
right, so you take it. I'm just going to have a walk down and just see if there's anywhere we can pitch. Anywhere, we can set a fire up and all that.
Yeah.
I won't be long, I'll be few minutes. I just want to see the layout of where we're at and stuff. Well, I haven't listened really.
Yeah, I mean... last week's was quite... see... It's mad because when I shine the torch, my eyes, it's quite freaky about you.
No, get out.
Why? Why do you want me to get out? Why?
Frequent.
Frequent? What do you mean by frequent? Frequent what? Alson's gone looking for somewhere that'll be good. Maybe to do some holes and stuff like that, which will freak the hell out of people if there's anybody around here. But hey, it happens. But
Many deaths.
many deaths. That's interesting. How many? What was the name of this place, and why did it end up like this? I'm sure I just saw a light go up there. I may be wrong. Could be a car, yeah. But could be a car. Here's Alison.
There's a path down into the woods where we can probably find somewhere to set up a little bit of a fire pit.
Yeah.
Later.
Yeah.
Let's just do the shoot here first.
Yeah.
And then I think what we'll do is we'll head down there and make a fire.
Yeah.
And then we'll sit and listen.
Yeah.
And then perhaps do little bits of lone vigils.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
just see how it goes and it's see
Yeah.
how we feel and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, just see how we feel and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's, yeah, it was a weird one, wasn't it, Andy?
It was.
So you tell us what you think, your experience of it. Switch that off and then we can talk about it.
Yeah, it was. It's hard to say unless you were here. I mean, it's funny when I've talked to people about it. Not one of them has said they think it's a. They thought it was. They thought it was a dog, and that's when what people who I've spoke to have heard it have said they didn't think it. Nobody said, "Oh, that's a dog." That they've all come up with different ideas, but no one of them said it's a dog or a fox or anything. I don't know. I have no answer. I have no answer to it. I mean, it did freak me out a bit. And
Yeah, because we've heard it before.
I must admit, it is. Yeah, and I think because you're so isolated, you don't know what to make. You don't know what to make of it, do you?
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
So it's like
I've tried to rationalise and come up with a theory that some sort of, I suppose, something that you want it to be a dog that for some reason has got away or got out or something like that. But when it starts shouting to another one that's in the distance,
and this is what happened, innit?
Not shouting, but making that noise to another one in the distance, and that's making back, and then it goes out your way. Now, if it was a dog would have come towards the light.
Yeah.
If it was a person, they'd have come towards the light.
We had no voices.
Any kind of wild,
no torchlights.
Any kind of wild animal would have come towards the light, and it sort of was going away. So I don't know. I can't say.
No. But it does make you wonder why this hole went derelict. I mean, the thing is, for me, I was down the bottom end here.
It was
shooting the derelict ruins for those people that haven't seen it. And I heard like dogs barking. That's what I thought first, right? So I'm thinking, all right, there's maybe people coming down for a late night dog walk. So I just switched off the camera and everything, and then Andy came running down, and when he came down, it had turned into these. All I could describe it from here, what it sounded like, was a dog choking on a chain, on a tight lead, with a very sore throat. But the length of the sounds was long, and all I could think was, it's a weird sound. And then we switched the cameras off, right? So when we switched the camera off, we had another 20 minutes
Yeah.
of that. And we just sat still. We put the torches off and everything and kept still. And we heard shrieking, and then shrieking back, and then shrieking, and then shrieking back. And the one that was near us was getting further away, and the one that was further away was getting closer. And it seems as though they was looking for each other and calling for each other. And when they found each other, it went like this, deadly silent, quiet, nothing, absolutely nothing for it. Then we got on and did our second vigils.
Yeah. I mean,
So we had to cancel. Well, you did 6 minutes of your first vigil, but I'd cancelled mine because
I couldn't.
I'd not really done anything.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Started again, didn't we, after it had died down?
Yeah.
So we have no idea what that was.
No.
But it really makes me believe now there's something. Now, I've got 2 theories going on with this, right? Now, one, it's either there's some hidden DNA labs in Britain and other countries too that are testing breeding, crossbreeding this animal with that, this creature with that, and possibly letting them out into the open to see how they survive as some sort of biological experiment. And the second theory is that aliens that have been supposedly taking samples of animals and humans and DNA and all that are crossbreeding and putting things back here on the earth and monitoring to see if they breed, if they live, and if they adapt. It's something like that, isn't it? It's got to be. I'm more inclined to believe that than Wolfman howling at the moon and all that stuff. I'm more inclined to believe that somebody or something is messing around crossbreeding animals with DNA and all that and letting them out to see if they can survive.
Yeah, it's
like as an experiment.
It's a strange one, isn't it?
I think so, because look at that monster that washed up on Long Island Beach in New York.
Well, yeah,
and straight across from Long Island Beach in New York is a rock with a laboratory on it where they do DNA and all that stuff and testing on animals and all that stuff, supposedly. They won't tell you what they really do, though, will they?
Well, no, they're not going to tell you that it's got out or whatever. I mean...
So I'm personally more going along with the sort of either alien or crossbreeding or us crossbreeding or aliens crossbreeding or something, rather than Wolfman howling at the moon. Do you know what I mean? Because as much as them stories and them movies are great, they really are. The legends, you know, and there's no proof, there's no truth in them or anything, really.
But there's got to be something there that...
Something's triggered that's the lycanthropy thing off.
For those stories. But lycanthropy is people who believe they are wolves.
Yeah, like lunatics on the full moon, like we've discussed this before in the past. Bedlam Hospital in London on the full moon.
I'm quite open to things until, I suppose, I look for... I'm not sceptical. I'm not a skeptic. I know there's unexplained things out there, but I'm sort of one of them that I look for the proof. I suppose it's the same with paranormal. You're looking for it, but with paranormal, yeah, no, there is stuff there. I know there's paranormal. I know there's spirits, ghosts, that sort of thing. It's
a real living creature.
I believe there's something there that we don't know about, but what? We don't know.
But it makes you wonder why this hall became derelict, just run down to nothing like it has, because it was a beautiful place by all accounts. And it's like, did they have some issue with this creature turning up and frightening them out of their own home? You know, like the Wolfman story.
I've been looking and it tells you about the place and it tells you who bought it and all this, but it never tells you why it was left. What happened to it? I've seen pictures of it, what it was like. Well, there aren't actually any pictures of what it was like. So, I mean, you think...
What happened here?
What happened? Why? Just makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Does
make you wonder. Do you ever walk down there then, into them?
Yeah, if you want.
Them woods, yeah?
Yeah, can you just take the camera and I can get my bag back on?
Yeah.
You can put your torch back on, your headlamp back on as well. You're going down there now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go further, please. We'll go deeper into the woods now. and we'll go deeper into the woods now, and we'll see if we can find a place now that we can start a fire and get settled for a couple of hours.
Yeah. I mean,
Do some real
I'm on now.
investigating. And then when are you going to do your wall piles? Are you saving them for when we get down there? Or?
Yeah, I'll wait till I
Yeah,
get out.
alright.
I mean,
Let's just get settled.
it's
I
just,
think we still feel a bit creeped out at right
Yeah.
now, don't we? From what because we're in the area where we heard it, that's why. If we go to a fresh area, perhaps we won't feel as apprehensive about it.
yeah, I mean, it's,
You want me to take that now? Are you okay with it?
yeah, if you want to take
I'll
it,
take it
you're
then,
better.
just until we get.
You're better than me with the camera.
Alright, let's get it on my hand properly, that's it. Right. Yeah, so there's a road and then you cross over and there's like a path going down into the woods. Anywhere really will do, won't it? There doesn't seem to be any moon tonight. Maybe it's new. Over there there's like a wall, or a door in the wall and a path. Because around here it's all forest and there's a couple of lakes and there's some drainage tunnels too, so it'd be perfect shelter for these kind of whatever hybrid creatures, whatever you want to call them. If they want to live out in the wild and hide away from people, then do you want to go in there or do you want to go? Yeah, because it's a bit of a clearing, isn't it, here? You go up there by the wall, maybe. Yeah, because the ditch there, don't fall in that. But what I mean is, it's full of drainage tunnels, this place, isn't it? So this is why they could be hiding out in the drainage tunnels. No. There's a tunnel down there right now, for example, with a stream coming out. Could go over there, there's a bit of a clearing, if you want. Let's just get set up, and then we can just concentrate on what we're here for, innit? So we can sit on them rocks there. Or we could use the rocks to make the fire pit, actually. Sometimes there's always fire pits around, isn't there, when other people have been. Yeah?
Yeah.
Don't want to set fire to the tree though, do we? Just be careful down there, it's slippery. Maybe go a bit deeper in it. Down here. I'm going to keep looking for footprints as well on the floor. In case anything weird. You never know, do you? We don't know where these things go, where they come from or anything. All we know is that, well, they're turning up here and there around them.
Yeah, but,
What do you think? Bit soft underfoot here, isn't it? Let's go by the wall. I think it's a better place, really. It's a bit drier up here. And there's no trees. There's no trees like to catch if we make a fire to catch. Yeah, alright, whatever. Well, we'll film around for another 10 minutes, then we'll knock the camera off while you do the fire and then we can put back on when we've got started. Yeah, we'll be alright here. I think we'll just sit and listen out for a bit here before we make a fire. It's just, you know, let's get a feel for it and everything. Sit and listen to get any sounds. I can't hear anything. No, I can't hear anything.
I've been just...
I couldn't hear anything at all, to be fair.
It's birds.
Maybe.
I think it's birds.
Can you remember where that road leads to?
Right back up to the main road and that car park that's locked.
Oh, right. Oh, there.
I think. Traffic control. Yeah, I think it's...
Didn't know there was a car park up there.
yeah, it's the car park that's locked.
And what's down there then, that way? Well, I know there's a road, you can hear it.
That way.
Yeah.
That just takes you back through the woods, and then there's like a stream sort of thing that you've got to go across to get onto that road. The road goes up here. There's a car park that they lock at night because there's other sort of
Right.
Dogman things going on.
Oh, yeah.
Shall we say?
It's quiet, but it was like this last week, wasn't it?
It was like this. Yeah,
So you might hear animals moving about.
yeah, but that's going to be...
I'm not going off that, I'm going off any unusual sounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never heard animals like that before, and we've heard stags up in Scotland and everything, haven't we? And I've not heard anything like that before, what we heard last week. But to be honest with you, all I kept thinking was, what's happening to that dog? Why is it shrieking? Why is it sounds like it's like got a really sore throat. Why is it? But then it was only afterwards that I realised there was no torches, no people, no nothing.
No, I'm going to try this.
Alright.
I'm hoping this comes out right, but...
The wolf howls. What we really need to do is parabolic mic in it and blast it through the woods.
Yeah.
When you try a wolf howl.
This one.
Oh! Not bad for a first attempt. Ooh! Very good. Let's leave it at that for now.
I would try tree knocks, but last time I did it, I ended up with a bird's eye.
To be honest, that's more Bigfoot really, isn't it? I've not heard anything to do with tree knocks with these creatures. It's mostly sounds with them. I think because Bigfoot's more kind of like ape, like maybe that's why he does the tree knocks.
Yeah.
These are more sort of dog stroke wolf, like. So perhaps it's a different thing with these. All we're getting with these is sightings and sounds. Because the way they was communicating last week, they were shrieking
It was.
to one another.
It was a different thing, wasn't it?
And like you said, once they sounded distressed, as though they'd lost each other, and they was trying to find each other again. That is what it sounded like. Because one was shrieking like mad, and then after that, the other one joined in, and it was like they were going back and forth. I really wish to God now we'd filmed it, but it was frightening to have the cameras on because of the light, weren't we?
I think now we would, but
We was too scared last week. To be fair, we was.
We didn't know what it was. Did
No, we didn't.
We
We'd no idea. No
we
idea
didn't
at
know.
all.
We didn't know. I mean,
Bearing in mind it was 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. And it's like, what, about 1:30 now, innit?
yeah,
Something like that.
I mean, you know, it's. What time
It's getting to the same time now.
is it now? Yeah, it's nearly 2:30, so.
Oh, is it that time already?
Yes, but it was. Really quiet, but
It is, but it was silent last week. There was no owls, nothing.
it was like that last week, though, wasn't it?
Yeah. We watched a couple of other people's Dogman programs, didn't we? And they said the same. The forest that they'd gone into was deadly silent. There was no owls or nothing. As though the birds can sense it.
Yeah, there's no owls.
There's no owls tonight either. I mean, here, in middle of nowhere, you should think there'd be one or two.
You would expect to.
Not heard one, have we? Again, for a second week running?
No, we haven't. And I heard owls before we come out.
Yeah, there's owls about.
Yes,
But there's none about here.
oh, it's funny that, isn't it?
Yeah. But do you remember the couple of Bigfoot programs, not Bigfoot, the Dogman programs we watched last week?
Yeah.
Those YouTubers said the same. They said there's no birds around when these things are sort of around, you know?
It's a bit mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a bit mad.
So I think what we're going to do for the time being is I'm going to knock this camera off now. We're going to set a little campfire, and then we're just going to run some howls and that, maybe do our own howls and just see what we can get, see if we can attract anything to come forward. So we're going to set the fire up, and we'll see you guys on part 2 when we've done that. Okay, so stay with us. Stay with us. We have to find this Dogman. We need to know now more than ever what it really is. But then what would we do if it turned up? Which way would we run? Where would we go? What we know? What road? We don't know what we would do, to be fair. But we're so intrigued. We've got to see it through now. So stay with us and come back for part 2.